This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where tonight my friends and I will be playing the Magnus Archives role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is entitled The Resurrection Mound. It's from the core rulebook with Monte Cook, Jonathan Sims, and Alexander J. Newall as the creators. It's available from Monte Cook Games and also from Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is Mike Machen, and this is episode 4. Our recap will be given by Joe Bardalis as his character, Rory McGuire. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Joe?
Thanks, Tom. All right, the cassette goes in here and hit record. Field report. Rory McGuire. Security, St. Cyprian Library. 16 September 2025, Tuesday. I woke up this morning in the parking lot of a hotel where we had put up the Young family for the night, without their husband, of course. I sat in the parking lot all night just to make sure that they were safe. When morning came, I ran into Mrs. Young, and she said that she seemed to have accepted her situation. They were going to stay in the hotel a little longer. And then something interesting happened. I ran into to somebody I knew when I was in the Irish Navy, Michael McGowan. He was staying at the hotel, and he recognized me. We just had it was a weird coincidence. We had a little small talk. He asked about employment. I told him maybe something up at McGill. The only reason I'm putting that in here is because I've recently learned there really isn't anything such thing as coincidence. So I want a record of it. We all met back up that morning at the St. Cyprian Library. Mortimer, Dr. Bosch, he went to get the 2 wasps that he had put into the safe, but when he took them out, there was something else in there. Wasps are no longer in there. It was some kind of weird mold, like a fungus or a mold growing inside there, more larger than, that would account for the insects. It became really apparent that he would have to take this over to his friend in the biology department, the entomologist. The rest of us decided to head back over to the Jung's house just to see the state of the hive. Seb had an idea that he would deliver a package with a cassette recorder like this one and a note to see if the thing that might be Mr. Jung wanted to leave a statement. We were able to finally recover Ethan's car. Now, as we were heading out, we decided we were going to go over to the other house where they had seen a Beacon and Howe truck to check out what was going on over there. It's a rainy day today, so Dr. Bosch has a theory that the wasps, the bugs, might not want to get too far from the hive, and we kind of got some confirmation of that at the Jung's house when we didn't see very many wasps out. So we were on our way over to the other location to see what was up, and apparently one of those squirrels that had been dead and maybe reanimated by the wasps, the bugs in the hive, whatever this stuff is, was in the car and attacked Ethan. And so he lost control for a bit, hit another car, got out safely. The owner of the car popped his head out, and Ethan warned him about a possible rabid squirrel a rabid animal. So the guy panicked and left. We don't think he got his license plate or anything, but once we got him calmed down a bit, we went back over to the house to see what the situation was there. When we got there, it was apparent that the lawn hadn't been mowed, things hadn't been done. It looked like no one was in the house. We took a quick look in the windows, didn't see any movement. So we headed into the backyard to see if we could find another one of those mounds. We found something different. Ants. These were apparently ants, and there were hundreds of them, far more than in any one ant mound or ant hive. It did see like there had been maybe some digging in the backyard, but we noticed that the gas grill was covered in them. They were swarming in and all over it. And there was a line of ants going in the back door. There was a glass sliding door on a patio that looked like it went in the house. It was partially open, and the ants were streaming into the house. Well, we had hoped that we might be able to test out our theory that this place wouldn't be as far as advanced as over at the Jung's house. So, we wanted to see if we could light these things on fire, if that would take it. But there were just so many of them. So I was taking a peek in the house, and I could see that the refrigerator door was a bit open. There was something in it. We're not really sure. So I went, tried to open the gas grill, and inside there was this giant mound of meat. I don't know what it was, but it was rotten, and these ants were crawling all over it. A little too much for us to handle. Not as compact as I thought it would be. So we decided that probably the best option would be to get out of there and maybe just take the battle to where we know it's coming from, to the Beacon and Howe. So we headed over to the other side, to the eastern part of town. It's more of an industrial area, to scope out their location of their storefront. They've got two neighbors, one on either side. There's a paint store on the right side, and on the left side there was a laundromat. We talked a bit how we should approach, and we decided we would go in and say that we were neighbors. We had seen their truck there, that the house was crawling at ants. They didn't do their job. They needed to go back out there, pretend we were customers just so we could check out the store. They were we saw that the both of them were in a garage that was attached to their main office. So we decided that we would go in and confront them. But the whole thing was very strange from the beginning. It was like they'd overheard the conversation. They used my exact words. "Oh, you're concerned citizens, are you?" That kind of got my hackles up. I know everyone was trying to take a look to see what was going on with these folks, trying to read them. We did discover, that they were asking us. We were asking them what was going on with the bugs, but they didn't seem to believe our story. Mortimer decided to just confront them outright and ask them what the hell are they? What are these? What are you? And that's what got them going. They called us watchers. They said, "I thought your kind only liked to watch." So they knew who we were. We knew who they were. Mel tried to read some of their motives, and she was able to tell that these were not human beings. This was something alien, some weird non-human thing, the both of them. We decided, as we were having this discussion, Sebastian, I wouldn't have been my choice, but he decided to take their van and get in it and start it up. Now, the poor man was having trouble with it. The gears stuck, but instead of driving it through, he accidentally locked it into reverse and kind of knocked into our back of our side of our van and on the street and pushing the car forward, and Ethan just getting his car back. Well, now he's got some more problems. Ethan, I don't know what he did, but he had some kind of power over the first one, this Beacon fella. He was able to able to keep him talking, keep him not involved, while the rest of us were checking out the other guy, Howe, wandering, looking around, getting ready for something going down. Poor Dr. Mel, she got some cockroaches started coming at her, and she slipped and she fell, and she landed in some old pillowcases that were filled with bed bugs. I mean, there were bugs all over this place. Weird chemical containers. You'd think they were bug repellents or whatever they use, insecticides, but we don't know what the chemicals were. Well, one of them decided to come at me, the other one, Howe, tried to spray me with something that he had in a bottle, but I was able to get past him. I don't know, maybe it was my time boxing in the Navy, but I was able to pull aside. As all of this craziness was going on, Seb decided to get the car going, and he decided to hit Howe, the first one, Beacon. He ran the car right into him, pushing him up into the wall. Well, that got Howe going even more. So I took the opportunity to grab some things I saw on the desk. There was a book, and there was a day planner, and I just grabbed them up. I heard Ethan shout, "Everybody run!" So we all took off after Mortimer. Mortimer had made it over to the paint store, where he convinced the lady that ran the paint store to call the police and to talk to them and to something to cover for us. Unfortunately, it looked like Seb was jumping out of the moving van that he was trying to steal and hotwire and everything as it was going into the wall. I think he got away, but he managed to take that van out. Well, which was probably a good thing, because these two had no way of getting around. We gathered our senses. We went back to the library. We took a look at what we had found. It was a book. It was in very poor shape. It was falling apart. This is going to be a great project for Dr. Bosch, because he loves restoring old books. But it was a book with a strange title, The Queen and the Hive, The Queen and the Egg Sac. And looking at the day planner, looking at what they had scheduled for today, it seems like they were going back to the Jung's house to go to the mound and pull out some sort of egg sac from there. Well, hopefully they can't get there before we do now, because we've managed to total their van. Not that ours are in great shape either. They're all dented up. The other thing on the day planner, 3 days from now on Friday, they're supposed to perform some ritual that had question marks after it. I don't know what that means, but I think we need to go back to the Jung's house, and I think we're all agreed that this is something beyond, this is something supernatural, and we need to destroy that mound now before anything exact can get out of there. I think we all realize that now. And I think these folks that we took it to, Beacon and Howe, I think they know that we're not just watchers. You know, we've all been through a lot. We're not going to stand by when innocent people and their families are threatened. No, we're not watchers. We're people of action, and it's time to take the action to them again. End recording.
Wonderful. Thank you, Joe. Good stuff from Rory. Okay, you guys are back at the library catching your breath. A lot has happened in the last half hour, but you guys have got back. Both vehicles are still running. You were able to get in your vehicles, get back to the library, regroup. The five of you are together again. It looks like at the moment that Celine Delacroix and the other library staff seem to be nowhere to be found. And the five of you are quickly stopping in your meeting room to plan your next step.
All right, I know Fight Club is a book, but is there any indication that recipe for napalm in that book actually works?
Oh, it's pretty close.
Yes, of course. That's exactly what napalm is.
So who wants
basically soap and gasoline, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're gonna need gasoline. We're gonna take these acetylene torches. We're gonna get a blowtorch as well. We're gonna get a blowtorch. We're just gonna take the fire right to them. We're gonna suit up. We're gonna suit up in the bee suits that we have, and we're gonna protect ourselves as best we can. But we're just gonna go in, no questions, no looking around. We're gonna go right to that hive, and we're gonna light it up. We need to do that. That egg sac can't get out of there. It's all coming together.
Do you think that'll be enough? If it's underground, don't we have to dig?
Make a big enough hole and drop a Molotov in.
You got the right idea, Dr. Mel.
Well, you know what? There's
cover it
also a
in
lot of
gasoline.
holes. There's a lot of holes in it. So yes, if we pour kerosene or gasoline, kerosene is safer. If you pour gasoline and light it, it could go off like an atomic bomb. Kerosene will burn just as well. It just won't explode.
And I think the last thing we need is an explosion sending egg sac material across like the next block.
And you can get gallons of kerosene from Home Depot.
All right, so that's the nest. There's still one other problem. What's his face in the house?
Right.
Well, let's see if he's given us a statement. He might have some kind of intentionality still left in him.
I'm wondering if they are functioning like an insect hive. There might be, if there's an egg sac, then there's probably an egg layer, a queen. And if she dies, all of the hive might die.
Yeah.
Maybe, but maybe they'll make a new queen, right? Isn't that what they sometimes do?
Well, not if the whole hive is destroyed.
Yeah.
But
and
if
plus, if this
I'm
is all
concerned
mold,
too that this could be taking place in other parts of the area too.
Well, but
there's
go
a
on,
theory
sorry.
that this is mold underneath the insects, isn't it? There's some kind of underlayer.
Or they are. It's like it's all made out of filth.
Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna know. I mean, we can just sit around here and keep guessing.
Yeah. Okay.
But Rory, the day planner. It says that they're supposed to go back there today, right?
Today.
Yeah.
I think we need
So
to get
we
over
need
there
to go there and do it quickly.
while they're dealing with the police
Right.
and while they're dealing with not having a functioning van.
Let's run in and each get 2 gallons of kerosene from Home Depot.
All right.
And
Just in case, I'm gonna bring some of those 5-gallon containers of gasoline as well, in case we have some trouble. I think the flamethrowers they're gonna do a good job opening that thing up.
Should I get a bunch of antimicrobial stuff too, like something that
No.
it doesn't like?
nothing can survive the fire.
Okay, fire's good
Right,
enough.
and-
All
The
right.
fire will kill it all.
Yeah, most fungus does not like fire. It prefers dark and it prefers damp. Fire is neither of those.
And while I think the flamethrower is badass, should we instead maybe get some flares, which won't go out?
That's a good idea. A flare will be much more
Back up.
powerful.
Yeah.
And
We should also, one of us should mount the hose so that the fire doesn't get out of control.
Right.
That's a
Okay.
good
So it doesn't
idea to
spread
have
to
a
the
backup.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would it be a bad thing if it did?
Yes.
Well, if it gets out of control, it gets real out of control, and innocent people's houses burn down within a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got
Yeah, we don't
neighbors,
want that.
so we don't want to. Yeah, we have to be careful of the neighbors. Yeah, having the hose as a backup to shut it down if we have to.
ideally, what might happen is if once we start burning the hive, it might draw Thom out.
Yeah.
It might. And I
We'll
don't know
deal with
that a
that.
gun will kill him.
Why
But
would it? He doesn't have any vital organs if he's a hive creature.
No.
you know what? One of the things we get a garden sprayer filled with kerosene and light the flame. Garden sprayer will spray it fast enough that it won't back up into the sprayer.
Mm.
Then you could just light Thom on fire if he comes out. And spray it all from a distance. Well, light it from a distance. We're going to dump the kerosene all around it.
I think we need to.
This is-
I think let's gather this stuff up and let's get out there. I don't think
Yes.
we have a lot
Yeah.
of time.
Going to be a blaze, yes.
All right.
No time.
Somebody
Let's
get some
ta-
marshmallows and stuff for
let's-
s'mores.
Less talking, more buying stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Any specific
Oh, get a
split up
receipt.
or duties of who's after what? I think Rory said a few things.
Yeah, I think
I
I'm
think we
loading
all
up
go
the
to-
van with what we have, making sure like we got our suits that we had from last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Just loading up the
This-
van with flammable.
Yeah. And I
material.
think we can get everything on the way. We'll get
Yeah.
gasoline
Yeah.
tank cans.
or kerosene, but yeah.
Well, we're going to get gasoline and kerosene, apparently.
Just in case.
Flares.
Kerosene doesn't do the trick.
Yeah.
Flares.
All of those we can get from Home Depot, except the gasoline. But we can get the cans of gasoline.
Yeah.
We may have to take the nuclear option on this one.
Do we want to risk poor Ethan's car facing more trauma, or are you traveling with them or separate?
Well, I am hesitant to share my car. I think it's probably a better idea to have multiple cars just in case something happens to the one. Yeah. So Ethan will definitely drive, and we can strap some of the kerosene cans or gas cans in the back seat or with the seatbelt or something if we need to.
Right. But by the way, as we're getting all this fire stuff, you might see me rolling my eyes or like at the thought of a couple of things here and there, but then also maybe muttering under my breath, I am not 12 years old anymore. I am not 12 years old anymore.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That could be a bit of a issue, couldn't it? Okay. Oh, I just lost everything here.
So one thing, as we are driving over you likely stop at a nearby Rona, is probably the Canadian kind of hardware store you'd visit Rona. And pick that kind of stuff up. And okay, either as we're driving there or once we get the stuff in there driving to the Young's house, I'm going to use a cipher.
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
So I have a cipher called Meet that says you psych yourself up, reducing the stress you suffer from physical injury by 1 for 1 hour per cipher level. You still suffer stress from mental shock and despair normally, and it's level 5, so it should last about 5 hours.
Nicely done. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice.
I will have you keep that in mind throughout the play, and if I say something that interacts with it, or if I forget it and saying something, don't feel bad about reminding me or saying, oh, yeah, but don't worry, I still have this in place. So, yeah, that's awesome. Does anyone else have any ciphers to spend? This is probably the perfect time to do that.
Nothing I have would be useful right now.
Yeah.
I think when I
randomly roll a new one.
Yeah, I was going to say, does everyone have full ciphers? I know we used a few last time, too.
I have 2 ciphers. My Smell of Blood one, which I kind of linked to my sister's rosary. It's level 5. That can, when I'm outraged, inspired, or fueled by desperate need, which I feel I'm all 3, my attacks deal extra damage equal to the cipher's level. That might be necessary when we're blowing up a hive.
Yeah, or even dealing with Tom Jong if that becomes a thing.
That might be a thing as well.
Tom, are you down a cipher?
I am down 1 cipher.
Do you want to roll a D100 or should I? Your choice.
I'll roll a D100.
I got the list here. I can copy and paste.
I got an 87.
87. What does that got here? Tightrope, and I got them all listed here.
Oh, that's the one I used last session. That's a great one, Tom. It reduces your cost of using speed stuff. It's really good.
Yes, for your speed edge.
Yeah,
yes.
It's good for getting quick.
Let's go like this.
I'm down 1 too there, so I'm going to roll.
I'm just putting in the comments here. Go ahead, Troy.
Whatever 75 is.
75 is Squirm. That's incredibly well named for this one. That's
Squirm. Okay.
And Adrenaline Jolt eases the action you're taking by 3 steps.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll have to save that for something big.
Yeah, they're both in the comments there. Dr. Melanie, were you down 1 as well?
No, I have not used. I have not used either of mine.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds good. We'll refill any that get used by the end of the session today as well. Yeah, you guys have stocked up. You're driving along the way there. Yeah, tell me the way for Ethan that you engage with this cipher. What does it mean? How does it happen for your character that you get yourself into this state of desensitization or whatever it is that has come over you?
So since it's called Meat, kind of feel like it is a beef stick, like one of those snack beef sticks, so that I can like eat on the way. But it's one that I feel like I put something in it, like injected something in it, just to give me more courage. Like, I don't know, like whiskey. Let's say, despite how bad that would probably taste. It just, it kind of the taste of both just kind of is what kind of gives me that psyching myself up, and yeah.
Nice, love it. Okay, yeah, and you guys drive across town and get to the Zhang's neighborhood, and find yourself pulling to a stop in front of their house. Neighborhood looks quiet. Again, we're in the middle. We're late in the afternoon on Tuesday now. The skies are still overcast. There's still a bit of a drizzle of rain coming down.
Before we get out of the car, let's make sure we should go right to the backyard. Oh, was there something you wanted to check, Seb? Is there anything on the porch or anything?
Yeah, let's see if he's put anything out. Maybe he's put out the recording or something. Check the mailbox even, because you never know. You might think old-fashioned.
Yeah, okay. So are you suiting up first, Seb, before you go up to the house?
Not exactly, no. I'm just going to go up in my civvies.
Okay, so as you're doing that, everyone else is staying at the van, getting prepared?
Mm-hmm.
In that case, Seb, you get up to the front door and pass in front of the driveway and garage and over to the front of the house and climb up those same steps that Ethan rescued Karen and Nicholas from just a day ago. And you can see that the front door is open.
Yeah, I'll peer inside.
You look, you get a sight of that kind of half disorganized, half wrecked living room. There's blankets piled up on the couch, Lego toys everywhere. You can see small bits of broken off mud and dirt kind of on the floor of the carpet, kind of leading towards the kitchen and back deeper into the house. It's possible that you hear a bit of a low buzz as well.
I thought we were going straight to the hive.
But I'm picking up stuff for posterity. Is it sitting there on the table or something, maybe?
Yeah, you can see deeper into the house. You kind of look at the floor right in front of where you slipped it in, kind of through the mail slot. It's not there. You look up and look around past the couches and the sofa of the living room, and you see that hallway off to the side where you hear the buzzing come from. But then almost directly across you, looking into the backyard, you can see the kitchen table right in the center of the kitchen, and there's the shiny kind of silver metal tape recorder, mini cassette recorder that you put in
right there. Okay. So this could be a trap too. I don't know. How quickly could I get that and get out again without?
You're gonna dash in, grab it, and dash right out.
Well, that might actually perturb them too. I'll move it. I'll move at a reasonable pace and go.
Yeah, do you have any stealth skills? You could try to sneak as well.
I do not believe so. This would be a good time to burn stuff.
You know what? I would let you use a little
literally
bit of sneak in. Yes, exactly. As everyone's outside loading up with
they want to burn, and I want to get the tape.
And then they're like, "Wait a second, we're short a person."
Rory's lighting a cigar with the flamethrower.
Okay,
waiting,
holding the gasoline in his hand.
What's the difficulty I'm going for?
You let me see here. I had it. You're going for difficult level 3, so a level of 9, I guess, is what you're.
Okay, I will burn 3 speed.
Yeah.
Did we get a chance to recover the stuff we used in the last fight? I think we
did,
right?
You know what? I don't think you guys have been moving pretty quick, and you need some solid time to sit down and rest. I think.
Okay,
probably, you know what? I would give you the basic of 1 action rest if you want.
Sure. Okay.
Recover some stats. Take that one, and everyone else can too if you guys want.
That's
it's a D6 plus 1 of to spread between your stats.
Okay, that's good.
But I think you guys have been making plans and acquiring weapons and items and things that.
Yeah.
Otherwise
okay. So I got it down to a 6 or better.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
And I got a 9, so I'm glad I did that. Actually, 9 still would have worked too. So
yeah,
okay.
9 would have been fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you sneak in and get to that kitchen table in the center of it. You can see the blinds are still pulled, looking out into the backyard. Everything, there's kind of a dullish gray glow in the kitchen. As you step into it, you can see the fridge and oven. Everything is as it should be. There's every so often you'll see a little bit of what looks like mold or something very similar to you saw in Mortimer Bosch's jar. It kind of at certain parts of the corners of the tabletop and the countertops, I should say. And yeah, you're able to pick up the tape recorder, and as you kind of turn around, you get the sense of, you see down the hallway going deeper into the house where the bedrooms are, and you can see the shadow of a person kind of just standing, leaning out into the hallway as though they're just standing in kind of the doorway of one of the bedrooms. Just standing there, and you can definitely hear the sound of buzzing.
Yeah, you can look at these little recorders and see how many recordings and how long I've been on them. So I'll just look. Did he leave a message on it? I'm not going to listen to it. I just want to see if there's something on it.
Yep, there's something on it.
Okay, I'll pocket it, and then since I'm already in the backyard, I'll go and open up the back gate for everybody.
Okay.
Oh, so you're going through the back door of the house out into the backyard there.
Okay.
Like you're leaving the house through the kitchen into the backyard.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no activity, like I can see out to the backyard, but nothing's happening right now. You said?
Yeah. Look, you kind of move the blind side, looking into the backyard. You can see the sign that like there's still a little bit of puddles sitting on the patio and around kind of the seesaw and toys in the backyard. It looks like it's been raining today, but every once in a while you get a little bit of a glimpse of a singular wasp here or there, kind of moving around.
But they're not doing much.
But nothing compared to when you guys came yesterday.
Okay, well then I'll go to the gate, and then I'll just let them know to come on in, because
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't make a big stink of it. Maybe things will go smoothly.
Yeah. Are you willing to take a GM intrusion?
Sure, of course I am.
Okay. Yes, you take an experience point, and you can give one to someone else.
Okay. Well, again, I have to give one to Ethan because I keep wrecking his shit. So.
Okay, fair enough. So as you do that, you get here's the worst part. I'm not even going to tell you what it is just yet, but you get out and come around to the side just as the other four are coming up. They're all geared up in their beekeeping suits.
Right.
And the four of you see Sebastian coming around from the backyard, already in the backyard from through the house. He's holding the metal cassette recorder, and but is otherwise still plain clothes. And
go back to the van, man. You gotta put a suit on.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, lots of angry hand gestures coming from me, going like, "Go back!"
Okay. I'll go out through the gate at the back and go to the van. Where they do whatever they want to do.
Yeah. And as Sebastian leaves, the four of you, are you moving towards the mound?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. As the four of you close in on it, Sebastian, you get back to the van and you open up the door and you're fighting with the beekeeping gear, trying to get everything on, and you think you got it, and you're just about to close the door of the van when it kind of hits you. It's like, did I close the door of the house when I came outside? So we'll go back into the backyard as those four get closer to the mound. And you can see it's there. You can hear a little bit of buzzing here and there every once in a while. I think, Mortimer, you probably see one come land on your arm for a second, then look at you and then fly off.
All right. If I've got 2 gallons of kerosene, now describe the mound for us at this point. Is the ground as flat and then it just comes up out of the ground, or is there kind of an indentation around it?
There's ever so slightly a buildup, and then it kind of goes up from there. There's not really a depth. There's not really a sinkhole around it or anything like that.
And are there once again still little finger holes all through it?
Yes, there are. Yes.
I think the faster we move, the less likely we are to get dumped. So my intention is to run up to the mound and just dump my cans onto it down the side so that it flows into the little holes and everything, and then run away.
And after you do that, we'll
move in.
Like a match.
Who's carrying? Who's got flares? Who's got a?
I've got the blow.
Thrower.
I have one of the blow torches.
Okay.
And then once it's on fire, we can dump the rest of the flammables onto it. And if I need to, I will use that tightrope to cipher to increase my speed by 2.
Yeah, you know what? Your speed edge. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Do you want to use that now before we start this? Because it'll last for an hour.
An hour. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So how does that look for you? Is that something, a good luck charm you have on you or something, or is that a state of mind or a mantra or something you woke up?
I'm scared shitless.
You're scared.
And the 1d6, I roll that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, and that's true because
I rolled a 6.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so it's going to last 2 hours.
Okay.
And that's good because as you take to running, I'm going to offer you a GM intrusion right then and there, and see if you want to take an XP for me throwing in a complication.
Okay.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Yes, and you can also spend an XP to make nothing happen. You can. So, okay, if you are in,
I don't know. I want to see something happen.
Then I'm going to give you an XP, and you get another one to give to somebody else.
Can I reserve it until I give it to somebody, or do I have to give it now?
I feel give it now, just because we'll probably forget about it once we.
I'll give it to Rory then, because he's got the fire.
Yeah, and so you begin running, and something out of the grass is growing longer, and you see one of a squirrel move out of the grass and twine between your feet as you're running towards it. So I'm going to have you make a speed defense roll to see if you can avoid being tripped by it and spilling all the gasoline.
Let's see. So I had 1 to my speed
edge. Yes. So that
I've already.
If you rolled a 6, your speed edge goes up by 2. So if it's 0, it goes to 2. But if you had 1 already,
sorry, I thought that was the hour. You're right. Add 2. So it's add or 2 if the cipher level. I see.
So using your speed edge at all will just cost you 1 point of speed if you.
That's what instead of it normally costing you 3 points of speed to
cost you. Yeah.
To do it.
So it's really good. You can just burn through speed like crazy 1 point each time. That's why it's so useful.
Okay. So
yeah.
So I just need. I roll a 20-sided dice.
You roll a 20-sided dice. You would normally be trying to. I had it here. You'd be normally trying to roll above a 6. In this case, you're going to be rolling above a 3 because you're spending 1 speed to use a level of speed edge.
Okay. And I got a 1.
And you got a 1, yes.
Oh,
and
no.
I should have noted too. We are in a horror space, so yeah, we're up to 2 for intrusions, but on a natural 1, yes.
Can you blow an XP to re-roll that, or
can I blow an XP to cancel that out?
Yeah, I think I'll let you do that. I think that's would be pretty.
I don't know, the idea of Mortimer running up there and falling flat on his face.
Squirrel.
Everything going around you.
All right, I'll spend the XP.
Spend an XP.
I want to survive until the next game.
Okay, give me another roll. Don't get another 1.
Yeah.
All right. 18.
18. Okay.
Nice.
So 18 is the flip side. It's not. For in combat, there's a benefit, but in regular action there isn't. So in this case, you're able to nimbly hop over it. The squirrel.
Kick the fuck out of the squirrel.
And you close in on the hive as the others follow behind you. And from somewhere off in the trees beside, you can see a very bedraggled looking cat rouse itself from the plants and bushes. Not only tire tracks on it, it looks like part of its body's been busted by being thrown against the fence previously.
Yeah.
Another squirrel approaches from the other side, and we are going to roll initiative to get you guys into combat.
Oh my.
All right, so I'm trained in initiative, so that means this is a level 2 for me.
Yes, and we're going to be... Well, sorry, actually, it's not... we're going to have you guys rolling against a level 4 challenge for this one, so it'll be 12. So if you're trained in initiative, it'll go down to 3 for you automatically.
Okay.
So you're doing 9 or up, everyone else is doing 12 or up. If you're spending speed, for Thom, for Mortimer, you're still just spending 1 speed to get a level of effort. So... that's a pretty good deal.
Quick question. Quick question about what I get back. I did the 1d6 plus my tier, and I got a 5.
Yep.
Or that was for recovery roll. What do I do with those 5 points?
You can distribute them between your strength, speed, and intellect as you choose.
That's what I thought.
And just can't go above your maximum. That's all.
Okay.
I do have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that tightrope, you can interpret it 2 different ways.
I know.
You could say,
is it 2 hours or 2 points?
Is it 2 hours or 2 points?
Yeah, I know. I thought it was 2 hours, and then Troy mentioned 2 point, and then I'm like, oh, I see. I think it's more fun to do 2 points, so let's do that.
And also, it lasts for a fight, anyways. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
So, yeah. So you're good for the
also,
fight.
I'm gonna blow 3 speed to make that a level 2.
Yep. So you're down to a 6.
Okay.
I failed.
Oh yeah, I should roll. So 12 or more?
Yep, 12 or more to be ahead, or
16.
Oh, for God's sake!
I
Yes,
rolled
10.
18
I'll take
again.
it.
Nice.
Oh, I got an 18, which I had brought myself down to a 6 because I spent speed and I had my trained in initiative. So yeah.
Perfect. And sorry, Dr. Melanie, you were.
I got a 10. I'm good.
And you got a 10. Oh, yes, because you would bumped it way down to 6. Okay. So Ethan's going to go into the round. Everyone else is going to start. Sebastian's still back out in front of the house, just finishing putting on his gear, closing up the van. Mortimer, Rory, or Dr. Melanie, which of you wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Ahead.
I'm probably
Yes.
closest.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay. I'm running up to it and I'm flipping the cans over and I'm running around the hive, around the back of it, around the front. And I'm just going to run around the hive until the cans are empty.
Nice.
And then I'm going to run back towards
So I'm going to have you roll a speed roll. It's going to be a level 4 roll to avoid getting any of it on you.
Okay.
While he's doing that,
and you still get the speed bonus. So yep, spend some speed to.
So while he's doing
6.
that, I'm going to be kneeling down to about where I can see the trickling edge of the kerosene. And once he's clear, I'm going to light my blowtorch and light that bitch up.
Okay, sounds good. Let's finish.
I got a 13.
Okay, you got a 13. Yes, you're well. So yeah, you do a couple circles around. You can see the.
I'm looking for that damn cat. I'm going to kick that fucking cat.
And 2 squirrels are closing in on you guys from the side, but Mortimer's already reached the center and he's going around it. And you begin to start your run away from it. You've done this without getting any of it on you, luckily, so you're clear and stepping away from it. Okay. Dr. Melanie, you're lighting it up with the blowtorch.
Yeah, basically, I kneel down to about where I can see the trickle of the kerosene, making sure everyone else is sort of behind me. And right before I flick on my blowtorch, I mutter, who says a flame is lightless? Flick.
Oof.
Whoosh.
Nice.
And I'll grab the hose in that process too. So
okay, nice. Okay, so Dr. Melanie, I'm going to have you roll a test, and it's just going to be for you to see how well you can control the fire and where it's going, making sure that you're hitting the wasp nest itself and not the back fence necessarily.
Well, no. I'm using my blowtorch to light the kerosene.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You're not waving around or anything. You're just focusing right there. Yeah, you know what? I don't think that requires a roll, really. That's easy enough to aim at. There's nothing else going on. You focus on that, and it bursts to flame, and you immediately hear the sound of like crackling and popping coming from the base of the mound. Rory.
I see that Mel has pulled the trigger on the thing, but I'm worried about the cat and the squirrels. So I think I'm going to use my blowtorch to try to hit which is closer, the squirrels or the cat?
The squirrels are right up on you guys. Where's the cat?
I'm just gonna let loose on the squirrels with the blowtorch.
Yeah, sounds good. They are going to be a level speed defense is level 4. So yeah, you're looking at a 12 or up to hit them.
Okay, I'm gonna take that down with my I'm gonna spend my pool on that. I'm gonna spend 2 points with my edge, bring my speed down to 7, and so I'll bring that down to a 3. That's a 9. Anything else I can do here? I don't think so. Yep, I'm just gonna see what I got. That is just a 9.
9 right on the dot.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. In this case, they light up pretty quickly. I'm going to have that do 6 damage to them, actually. And this will the squirrel you catch, you see it stumble forward as it lights up immediately, and it, even in the bit of drizzle still happening, it takes a few steps forward before crumpling, and you can just see a little charred mound in the lawn still burning, and just the edges of grass beside it starting to catch a little bit.
Okay. Was that both squirrels or just the one?
That was one of them, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Sebastian St. Laurent, you're just in the front of the house.
So I left the back door to the...
Yeah, you're remembering that when you came outside the back door and around to the fence, that you might have left the back door open behind you.
Right. So do I think someone might have followed me out? Or
yeah, well, you remember the first time you were here, Ethan had mentioned that it seemed like Thom Jong possibly was trying to get out and pushing against the window, but maybe had trouble operating the door.
Shoot. Okay, so I've got to get that door closed. Okay, well, I've got to go close the door then. That's what I got to do. By the way, did I notice that heartbeat feeling coming from the mound?
Yeah, sorry. I maybe not. Maybe as you were still pretty close, but by the time Mortimer got close and the others did, they definitely could still hear it. Probably louder than ever.
All right. Okay. Because if it wasn't there, then that would be really suspicious. So, okay. Yeah. I'm going to try to go through the inside and get the door closed, if that's going to help keep Thom from...
Okay, you're going back into the house to get the door closed.
Yep.
Okay, this is interesting. And yeah, you open the front door and move in. You see now the figure of Thom Jong is in the kitchen, just standing by that back door, looking at and watching your friends out in the backyard. You can see his body again. It goes from pieces of it being skeleton to being something that looks like flesh to being dirt to being wasps. It kind of is. They constantly move over him, and is literally just the form of the wasps themselves that kind of reconstitute the shape of flesh or of bone. And this time it definitely hears you, and you can see it turns around towards you.
I'm not the talky guy. Thom, how's it going?
Leave the hive alone. And he begins reaching up towards you.
Okay, well, I'm running away. Because I'm not a fighter.
And we'll keep going for the moment on to Ethan in the backyard at the end of the round.
All right, so one of the cats is on fire. Is the mound on fire yet, or
the mound is on fire? You can see the base of it, and the flames are kind of licking up the side of it. It's exuding smoke into the air. You can hear, you could smell a terrible cooking smell from it. There's snapping and crackling going on. You can see there are beginning to be some wasps leaving it and beginning to circle in the air, but their motions are chaotic and not really focused yet or anything like that. There's one squirrel is fallen over in a burnt little husk. The other squirrel and the cat are both closing in on the group.
Okay, then I guess I'll intercept one of the squirrels or the cat, whichever is closer.
Yeah, your choice.
Yeah, the cat, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you've seen this one before.
Yeah.
It looks even worse than last time.
And then I guess my goal would be to try to douse it with the gasoline or kerosene, whatever I'm holding, and then get it lit on fire either by lighting it myself or trying to kick it into the flames.
Okay, yeah. So you spray it. So again, I'm going to have you roll a speed attack against it. It's going to be defense 4 to try and cover it in this. So you're looking at rolling a 12. Again, this is mostly, it's fairly easy to hit it, but it's also to assume that you don't cover yourself in it at the same time.
Right. All right. I'll spend 3 to reduce it. So that means I need a 9 or above, right? Yep. Okay. I have not been rolling well. And that continues. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5. Okay. So you do it. And
you know what? I'm going to spend an XP to
reroll. There you go. Yes, sounds good. Before I start narrating.
I don't think the outcome is going to change, but God. I rolled a 1.
Oh, no. Why?
A 1.
Why?
Okay, so I didn't expect that here. Oh, jeez. Okay, so you attempt to spray it or to douse it, and I think in this kill, I was gonna say you douse yourself, but no, I think you miss it, and you get it all across the side of the patio and the siding of the house.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the top of the round with Mortimer, Rory, or Dr. Melanie. Mortimer was running for the hose last we heard. Why don't we start with him?
So I will grab the hose and turn the water on. And if I see anything not the hive catching on fire, I'm going to try to spray it with the water to keep it from burning down the neighborhood.
Yeah. You get to the water, turn it on. I think you probably have a clear shot at a still living squirrel. You can also see the flamed squirrel that's dead. The grass is starting to catch around it, so that might be a decent place
fuck the squirrels.
Yeah. Well, it's dead. It's just the ground around it's starting to light up.
But if I see the porch catching on fire or the house,
it hasn't yet. So far, it's just been doused.
Actually, I think about that now. If I threw water onto kerosene fire, the kerosene would float on the top.
Yeah, spread along it.
Spread even farther. But I'm not thinking clearly.
Yes, that's fair.
I guess I want to make sure the trees don't catch on fire wherever they are.
Yeah, so we'll have you still keeping guard. Yeah, you're spraying the trees around. I like that, actually. That is very smart. You're expecting as a little precaution for how bad things could go. Rory, your doc. Yep.
I'm drawing on something that I actually did.
Right. So I'm gonna get back up after lighting up the hive, and I am going to aim for. I'm not even carrying kerosene. I just have a blowtorch. I'm going to go after the other squirrel.
Nice. Yes, you can close in on it. They're looking for a fight, so they're not hard. They zip and run around back and forth, but they're trying to take bites out of you guys or claw.
Okay. That being said, I do have training in gymnastics, which would also, I think, give me at least a little bit of an edge when it comes to like.
I would rule that if you were chasing it, but as far as just straight up attacking it, I don't think I'd throw that one.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Yep. Give me a what are you attacking it with?
Blowtorch.
Blowtorch. Yep. Nope. Go ahead. You go a straight roll for that one.
Okay. And that's a level what?
Oh, that is a level 4 for speed defense for these guys. So you're looking at a 12 or up.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing here I really have would work with that. Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah, I'll try. We'll see what happens. Ha! 15!
15. There you go. And it bursts a flame. You can see a few little buzzing wasps crawl out of holes in its skin in place of it that are also on fire and just buzz a short ways off before dropping down to the grass. And another squirrel done. There's yeah.
Oh no, you don't.
Still the cat left and the mound itself. The wasps are still flying around chaotically. They haven't formed an attack on you guys yet. Inside the house, Thom Jong closes in on Sebastian Saint Laurent, and I'm going to have you make a speed defense roll to avoid being getting a nice big hug from Thom Jong.
Yeah. And as part of my defense, can I try to lead him out through the front door and away from the house? Because I want him not to go in the backyard, basically.
Yes, I think on a successful roll, yeah, definitely. And I think if you get a 19 or 20 on the roll, then you'll really go far in that route. If maybe just a little bit on a normal success. But I like where you're thinking.
Yep, got to pull him away from the party. So what's my difficulty level?
Your difficulty level is a 3, so you're looking to roll a
a
9 or up
to get that down to 6.
He is trying to grasp you with both outstretched arms.
Well, I've got the suit on now. This would have been bad earlier. He's clearly a very friendly person. Okay, here we go. I'm going to spend an XP for a reroll because that wasn't a 1, but it was still a fail. Okay.
Oh no! Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that was a success, but it wasn't spectacular.
Okay, so it was a success. So you pull him from the kitchen into the living room as he's kind of closing in on you, and you're backing away. And he lunges at you. You pull a little bit further back. He lunges at you. You pull a little bit further back.
Yep.
Your turn. Or no, you are. Yeah, you're part of the
thing was trying to pull him away.
You're pulling back. Okay, I think we got that covered. Then let's go on to Ethan then.
Oh no, Rory didn't go yet.
Oh shoot, sorry, Rory. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of the cat.
Yes, you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend 2 points of speed to do that. And let's see. That brings it down to a 9, right?
Yep.
That is an 11.
That is an 11. Yeah, you're good. And what were you trying to do? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was with my blowtorch. I was hitting.
You're lighting it up. Yes, yeah. And it screeches as it pulls away from between you and Ethan, and you finally catch it, light it up. I will offer you a GM intrusion here if you want it.
Sure.
Yeah, because so you'll get an XP and you can give an XP to someone else.
Okay, I'll give the XP to Sebastian because he is in a lot of trouble right now, even though I don't really know that.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Yeah, you catch the cat as it pounces away, and it hits the side of the deck where the kerosene splashed before, and you see the edge of the deck light up and flames start spreading across it.
Oh shit! Did I see Seb go in there?
He's in the house. Yeah, that's true. But only the deck's on fire right now. Maybe a little bit of the siding's melting a bit. Now we'll switch over to Ethan at the end of the round.
All right, so the cat's taken care of.
Yep.
Is the last squirrel taken care of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess and the mound is still going
it's
up.
Ablaze. You can see the fire's reached. It is a thick fire. It's almost 3/4 of the way up its entire surface.
Okay, but it looks like it. I guess what I'm trying to ask is, does it look like it needs more kerosene or whatever, or do we think that it's good?
Once the nest caught, it seems to continue burning on its own.
Okay,
and yeah.
All right. Well, then Ethan's gonna back up, just not looking behind him, just backing up away from it a little bit more to probably get a little bit further down. I don't know, maybe like back up like 10 or 15 feet, just so he's further away from the thing in case something happens to it.
Yeah.
And then just kind of watch everything.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go back to the top of the round. Mortimer, Rory, and Dr. Melanie, before the three of you can act, you can see the bottom foot of the mound has burnt out enough that the whole thing begins to collapse and fall, and you can see it starting to fall in on itself as it turns to basically charred remains, more or less.
Dr. Mel, we need to hit that again. Dr. Bosch, Professor Bosch, the hose, the house.
No, it's kerosene. Don't put water on kerosene.
Throw some of your gasoline onto the mound, but get down when you do it, or it's going to blow up.
All right,
it's going to get you when it blows.
We are not blowing this up and sending pieces of it across the neighborhood.
We won't be. They'll be on fire.
It'll be in flames. We just want to make sure it gets down into the ground. If it's collapsing, we've got to get that fire down into the ground. I'll turn the hose towards the porch, and at least try to get the wash the flames off onto the ground.
Yeah,
will eventually dilute.
Yeah, it will. Give me a speed roll. Actually, let's make it intellect, because I think you're using your mind to figure out kind of what way to send this. It's only going to be a task level 2, I think.
Okay, so, and I've got an edge of 1.
And you've got an edge of 1, so if you spend intellect on it, you're going to spend 2 points of intellect to drop it down to a roll of 3 or higher.
I'll do that.
Yeah, easy.
Oops, wrong.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
We got an 8.
I got an 8, yeah, and so you haven't completely finished it yet, but you've got it underway, and you're spraying it, and you can see you're slowly getting the kerosene and the burning parts off of it. And Melanie and Rory,
I think we should tag team something here. We got the flares, so we can run. Here, take one of these flares, Dr. Mel. I'll throw the gasoline, and then you throw the flare. And then run to the front.
All right,
so I'm going to throw the gasoline. I've got like a container of it. I'm going to throw it right with the lid off and everything right at the mound.
Yeah, and then dive for the ground.
I'm going to dive and run. Well, run as soon as I throw it. I want you to throw the flare, but run as soon as you do it.
Yep. It's already on fire. It'll explode.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no real need for a flare unless we really just want to make sure that something goes boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, because I think it's going to take a little more than what we got. So,
so just to be safe, I take one look at all this, stuff that's burning. And run.
Okay, so you're out of there. And Rory's up.
All right, so I'll
Well, no, I'm throwing the flare.
Oh, you're throwing the flare. Okay, yeah. So you have the flare on. Okay, yeah. Give me a speed roll. It's going to be level 12 to hit the mound. Even if it's falling down, so I think let's bump it down. I think given the situation, let's bump it down to a 9 or up to hit.
Right, and honestly, it's in this case, you said speed.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna blow 3 more speed to make that a 2.
Yeah, there you go. So it's a 6 or higher.
Okay. All right, come on. Ha! 19.
Yeah.
19. Nice. Okay, so that actually gives you a extra effect. So in this case, it is, so you can either take a strong effect. You could say a narratively. It's a minor effect, but it could be something in this case like the rest of it collapses or it falls over. You could say that bugs coming out of it are immolated as they leave the nest.
Okay. I'm gonna say that particular flare goes like I basically had eyeballed it perfectly.
Yes. And
So
it lodges in it.
yeah, it basically goes straight down, following the top of this thing straight. It like goes like past the top that's collapsing down in there.
Yeah, and so at this point, the entire thing is just a pyre lit up as it's just beginning to fall down on itself. It's probably lost a couple feet of height already.
So yeah, then I just keep running, and I know I keep telling myself that all that's I'm hearing in the back in the yard is flames and stuff burning. Tell that to the screams that keep ringing in my ear.
Yeah. I'm remembering all those people not long ago, seeing the bursts of fire around you, immolating themselves.
Yeah. So I get back to the van, throw my suit off, and I'm basically going...
Yeah.
In the back of the van.
I'm going to have you take 3 stress.
Okay. That takes me to stress level... Would that be 1 or 2 at this point?
Once you hit a full 3, what are you at total for stress?
Well, I've got it written here that I'm at stress level 1, but...
But you don't have any stress accounted for at the moment?
So
you probably cleared the stress, but you didn't clear the level, so now you're at level 1 of stress.
Okay.
All good. Yeah.
All right.
Mortimer backed off. Rory, go ahead with your action. You can see that there's really not much left in the mountain.
Rory's just holding this gasoline over his head. He's looking at Dr. Mel like, holy shit, girl. And he sees her fly out. He sees he's safe. So what he does is he just puts the gasoline down, and he's gonna just shoot into the house to get Seb. I think that's...
Oh, you're going to run into the house.
I'm going to run instead of... Dr. Mel's had that. So he's going to he's like, holy shit. He's going to go straight into the house because he wants to see. He's going to go charging in. So I don't know if I can do it in one round. I kind of want to go charging in and tackle...
Tom Jong, yeah.
Tom Jong.
Yeah, you rush in and you can see him ahead of you in the living room, just kind of cornering Sebastian up against by the fireplace as he's trying to lead him away from you guys. I'll let you make an attack roll. Go for it.
Okay.
It's going to be, I think, a might roll to hit in this case to take him down. Okay. And you're looking at... What did I have here for him? It's a level 3, so you're looking at a 9 or up to hit.
Okay, so...
you know what? I will say, though, this is your first time seeing him, so I am going to give you 2 points of stress just seeing this body, and I think retroactively that'll go to Seb as well.
Absolutely.
As you just see these wasps moving across the skin as his form kind of continues to change between ashes, dirt, filth, wasps, bone,
so
flesh.
That brings me up to 3, so that gives me a stress level.
Yes, Albius. So that'll be 1 level of hindrance. So that'll be working against you. So consider
4.
that 9. Yeah, that you're up to a 12 to hit now.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend from my might pool, and I got an edge, so I'll get that back down to a 9.
Awesome. Yeah.
Let me see if I got anything else here that might work. I'm going to gonna activate my smell of blood. Just so if I do hit him, I've got a level 5 and smell of blood. So I'm outraged, I'm inspired, or fueled by desperate need. I'm sure I fit one of those. So my attack is going to do extra damage equal to this level when I do hit him.
So an extra 5 damage.
Extra 5 damage.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah. I think I can only use that once, though. I can't.
Yep.
I can't tell. Yep. Okay. So let's see. I'm down to a 9 again. I don't think there's anything else I can do with that. I'm just gonna go in like we're like we're playing rugby or something, and I'm gonna try to tackle him. And 16
hits.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. What does your unarmed damage do for? Is it as a 2 normally, or did you have an upgrade in that?
My unarmed damage is, for such a damage, like such a fighting-oriented person. I don't think I've had to use yet. My unarmed damage is eased, and it's 6.
Okay, so already then you would have been aiming even lower. That attack would have been eased another step down to 6.
Oh,
to begin with. So you're doing good.
So I've got 6 damage plus 5 damage.
Yeah. 11. And you kind of half tackle him and half shove into him, and Seb's able to just slip out of the way as Thom Jong is thrown into the wall, into the fireplace behind him, and you can see the thing that makes up the creature's head kind of hits the mantle, and its body collapses. You can see wasps breaking off from it, large dusty pieces of ash breaking off into it and sifting into the carpet. There's a little bit of a cloud of ashes around the two of you now, and yeah, I'll let you take it from here. Can you describe the rest of Thom Jong's second demise?
Just watching him crumble in front of me like he was already burnt, already destroyed. Just watching him crumble like dust, and it's horrifying. It reminds me of a time I hit someone, and I don't want to think about it right now. But now I'm thinking about Seb. I'm like, let's get the hell out of here, and like
no argument,
no argument. Let's go out the front door. Let's just run.
Yep. Yep.
The two of you run. In the backyard, Mortimer and Ethan are the only two left. You can see that the fire's starting to burn out on the Resurrection Mound. There's not much left of it. There's a kind of charred remains of it left. Both of you can hear that the heartbeat has slowed quite a bit. It's very dim, very faint now. And the two of you can see something kind of soft and wriggly starting to pull itself out of the base of where the mound was that's fallen over.
Okay.
And technically Ethan's turn first. It'll be Ethan, then Mortimer, just to finish the round.
How big is it? The thing that's...
Yeah, if you close in on it, I had it right here. It's where did she disappear to? Almost a foot long as it starts to pull itself, and it looks like one of these wasps, but it's wingless. Okay. It's a long, thin body slowly pulling itself out. Yep. Yeah.
So if, assuming that Ethan still has some of the kerosene from his massive,
there's a thing of gasoline sitting right there.
Okay, then if I don't, I'll grab the gasoline and run up, even though there are flames, and just start pouring the gasoline on that thing.
You're going to explode. You need to throw it because it'll go right up the stream of gasoline into the tank.
Good point. All right, yeah, then I'll unscrew the cap, whatever I need to do, and then throw it at it.
Yeah, sounds good. So I am going to. Its speed defense is as level 1. It doesn't move very quickly.
So that means if I reduce it, I'll automatically hit.
Yep.
And then I will do that given my roll.
Yeah. Don't risk that 1 or 2 now. For sure not.
And it was my intention to do exactly the same thing. So
you know what? That's perfect. Yep. So you both are.
If I see him doing it, then I'm diving for the ground because it's going to explode.
Going to explode. Okay, sounds good. As you dive, I'm going to give Ethan the chance for a GM intrusion here.
Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Sounds good. So extra point to share.
I think I will send that to Melanie.
Melanie? Okay. So Melanie, you get a point of XP as well.
Thank you.
And you know what? Actually, I'm going to have this affect Mortimer as well. So Mortimer, it's going to be 3 XP. So Mortimer, you're going to take an XP as well, actually.
Okay.
And that's because both Mortimer and Ethan are going to make an intellect defense task as the Queen uses a psychic ability to try to add feelings of squirming creatures wriggling inside your bee suits into your mind. So it is going to be a level 4 test, intellect defense test.
All right. So I have a inability in intellect defense.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I'm so...
but I'm going to spend the points. So you said level 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's level 4 for me.
So you're looking for 12 or up.
13.
13. There you go.
17.
17. And you both have this brief feeling of being invaded, of being unclean and unsafe, as you are able to kind of grit your teeth and force your way through it. And you feel it almost the touch of this creature's mind brushing against you. Suddenly you're able to block it out and push it and expel it from you, just as the gasoline lights and there's a large fireball in the backyard of the Zhong's house.
And there's black smoke that the fire people have been seeing for 5 minutes.
Smoke rising. It says, Dr. Melanie, from out by the van, you hear the blast inside the house. Sebastian and Rory hear it.
Pretty sure my eyebrows are singed off.
Well, I'm sure the fire department's been called already. We should just get out of here.
Yeah, time to go.
If on the ride back, I'm going to play the tape. I want to hear.
Yeah. So, is there anything you want to do with the host before you guys leave yet?
No. Do we think everything's taken care of?
You get the feeling, probably. Maybe if you go back near Mortimer for a quick look, you see a charred-looking egg sac at the base of where the queen was, but she's
all shriveled.
She's shriveled. It's crusted.
That heartbeat is gone.
The heartbeat is gone.
No, they know we don't just watch.
Let's run.
Yeah.
We don't want to get arrested.
You guys would notice on the drive back, I am very, very quiet.
Yes, we would notice.
So is Rory. Rory's very quiet as well, because that taking out Thom with that one hit reminded him of something that he didn't really want to be thinking about. But
Sebastian, you're hit and play?
Yep.
Loud enough for everybody to hear, I take it?
Yep, this is for everybody. This is what we study. This is why we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here goes.
Alone now. Karen, Nicholas, gone. I think I am dead. I should be dead. But I hear them singing to me. The hive. I am part of the hive. I think I am Thom Jong. But I am also something else. Many. I saw you outside by the tower, watching us, observing us. I saw the long threads wrapped tightly around you. I wanted to destroy the tower, but now I want to protect it. I want things to be the way they were, but the voices all say that this is the way things were. I remember driving, going to see the strange men. I know now that they hear the singing too. Dead eyes in a blue car. She grinned as she clipped the side of my truck, and I panicked and pulled into the oncoming traffic. There was nothing then, until I heard the singing. Where are Karen and Nicholas? I want for them to hear the singing too.
Oof. Stress levels should go up.
Yeah.
That almost made me cry.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was fighting it, but
yeah, of course he was.
Yeah. He was losing.
And now we know there's another person. It was a lady in a car that did this.
Dead eyes, he said.
Yep.
Well, the one who clipped him.
Yeah.
In the sports car.
Yeah. Was a dead-eyed woman grinning. Yep.
Oh boy.
There's more of them.
So we're going back to the library.
Yeah.
Make sure we collect news articles from tomorrow when they say there was a bunch of strange people in suits lighting the house on fire. What if they just move to another neighborhood and try this again? I wonder how important it was that it was that particular date, or if it's just a particular period of time. Maybe it has something to do with the alignment of the stars or the position of the moon.
Even the gestation time of the nest itself, possibly.
I mean, isn't it, Mortimer, that like locusts have to bury underground for like 14 years or something before they can gestate?
Some do, yes. Cicadas.
Yeah, so it could just be every so often they can do this.
It sounds like they've done this before from what we've seen.
We'll have to throw ourselves into researching any previous accounts and see if there is a correlation between the zodiac, the moon, the time of year.
Yeah, any kind
when
of
they
pattern.
can do this. The dark of the moon, who knows?
Would it be possible, from what we know about Beacon and Howe, we might not be able to stop, or at least we don't know what happened with them, but could we maybe, if we employ perhaps an enterprising bot farm for a fair price, to review bomb Beacon and Howe all over the internet and to spam reports about them to places like the Better Business Bureau or whatnot?
We definitely should expose them. So that if they're seen anywhere.
I mean, exposing them for, I mean, what are we going to go on Google reviews and say that they've summoned, mind controlling bugs?
Well, gentlemen, there's a very good chance that the police got tipped off by their weird behavior. Like, I don't think they know how to handle police officers.
Yeah, that's something we want to look at, see if there's any.
They might have gotten arrested.
Well, I was mostly trying to use the bot farm to review bomb Beacon and Howe to see if it maybe catches a journalist's attention or something.
I think you got a good idea, Dr. Mel, but the way I tweak it is we can't just be looking at these records we already have, these statements we already have. We got to start keeping an eye and an ear out for
yes.
Here.
I'm thinking in a different direction. I think we create a number of creepypastas and we release them out there and let the conspiracy theorists make it so that if anybody sees these people in their neighborhood, they start freaking out that they're seeing them. I mean, it doesn't have to be true, anything that we write, but the way those conspiracy theorists.
Well, I mean,
give them just enough truth, and we'll see what they do with it.
Well, half-truths are good. I mean, if we say they want to murder your family members to turn them into wasp zombies, that's going to scare people.
I don't think that. I mean, it's probably going to. Some people are going to get in trouble because they're not those guys, but they act like those guys.
Then let me throw out let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Sure.
We've had a run-in with these guys. If these things start popping up, there's always a chance that they could figure out that it was us. Do we want to really draw attention to ourselves?
They already know about
so
us
quickly.
Well, that's why I was suggesting a bot farm. They're almost untraceable.
They already
yes. Know. Plus, we're attached to a college, and college students are always susceptible to conspiracies and secret government plots and stuff like that.
So if Dr. Melanie follows up on the reviews, what are the others doing as follow-up research or actions?
I'm going to make it as a sideline project that I'm going to keep looking for any evidence of this happening before and try to correlate dates and times and positions of the moons and stars. But that's a long project.
Rory's going to set up some things to see if we could get anywhere in the world, if we have any tips, anything that sounds similar to what we've been through, just that we get alerted.
Yeah. Okay.
That we can look into it further.
And
by the way, behind it.
Yeah. And honestly, the only things I was thinking about when I'm having the bot farm do the review bombing, it would be things like they don't remove bugs, they put them in there. And then talking about the things we saw in their office and things like that. But again, I'm paying a bot farm to review bomb Here's the stuff you want to mention.
You don't even have to go supernatural. You can make it sound like they're fraudsters and con artists that actually put bugs in.
That's what I mean.
The trick, yeah.
Like pretty much make sure nobody wants to hire them.
Seb and Ethan.
I don't think Ethan is very much a traditional researcher, so he's probably going to wait a day or two and then do a drive-by of both the Young's house and the Beacon and Howe building just to see what's going on. Not stopping, just like slowing down, just to, see if they're still there, see if anything has changed, things like that.
Yeah. You driving by the Young house, you see that it appears much as it was before. I think you see maybe if you're continuing to keep tabs on it, you see a few weeks later, assuming that you guys get in touch with Karen Jung again at some point. Eventually, there's a remediation crew parked in front of it, and they slowly begin working on it. The house hasn't burnt down or anything like that. It whatever fires were definitely put out, and it moves on. So there's nothing there. Driving by the former location of Beacon and Howe reveals a empty tenant space. The sign's been removed, and there's no sign of activity on the premises.
Okay. It's kind of what I suspected.
Sebastian.
Well, I guess as at least one minor thing, I'll check to see if anything came into the courts or the police reports of them, an altercation with these guys, or did the police show up and they were gone, type of thing.
Yeah, and maybe then you do follow up not far after Ethan and talking to Dina at the paint store are able to figure out. She makes her statement with you of her experiences with them, and explains to you that they were always weird. They were a super strange neighbor, and they'd witnessed them interact very strange with clients, taking some orders, not doing others. But after the police pulled up yesterday and moved into the premises, they found the ruined van and had it towed and confiscated. But there was no sign of the two men or creatures calling themselves Beacon and Howe.
What about the bugs and the material they had?
The building's actually since been condemned due to a bad breakout of mold in it.
I'm also curious about the other house with the ants. What the state of that is.
Yeah. If you go visit the other house one day, again, possibly a day later or a few days later, you go back to it and find now it's locked up. There's no sign of ants outside. The house looks empty, though. Are you going to break in?
I don't think Roy's not the stealthy break-in type of guy. He might ring the doorbell.
Yeah. You ring and wait, and there's no answer.
I think he just kind of, he didn't see any ants. It looked like somebody had been there.
Yeah.
I think he'll just, every once in a while, drive by.
Yeah. Yeah. I think another week later after that, you drive by and there's a for sale sign in front of the house.
All right.
Somebody would have cleaned it up if there was anything inside anyway.
Yeah.
If they're putting it up for sale.
I don't think we ever got their name.
Yeah. Are you
that
looking
wouldn't
into
be that
at
hard to get.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You might just check, just get a name.
Yeah. If Rory starts doing a little background research into it, he finds that there were a couple who lived there, Belinda and Stan Rindle, who seem to have moved away. Stan operated a independent butcher shop in town that has since closed up and shuttered its doors, and Belinda and Stan seem to have moved out of Montreal.
Nothing about this was natural. I think Ethan was correct from the beginning. What was it that we were fighting? Some sort of corruption.
Yeah,
that I don't know what it was after, but it was definitely corrupting everything that it touched. Insects and
so it starts at the microbe level. It takes over colony organisms. It uses the colony organisms to take over lower mammalian organisms. And then it plots to get control of higher mammals like humans by taking over dead bodies. And it wants everything in some kind of meta mind concert kind of hive mind thing, obviously.
Like a army of the dead.
Yeah.
The world's worst beehive.
Yeah.
Professor Bosch, you mentioned holy water, which we were considering. You think these are demons that we're fighting? They weren't natural. I think we all agree on that this was something supernatural. But do you think
I'll consult with the Key of Solomon and see if there is a demon associated with destruction and corruption and mold.
They knew who we were when we walked in that door. We didn't even need a subterfuge. They knew exactly who we were, what organization we're associated with.
Do we have something about us?
They called us watchers.
Is there something about us they can tell when they look at us? Because we look like we're normal, right? I don't look anything about you guys looks different.
I mean, on the street, yeah.
They look at us and can tell us. What does that mean?
Well, the tape, didn't he say on the tape that he saw threads around us or something like that?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
So there is something about us that stands out that we can't see.
I thought maybe he was that's how he was describing the bee suits, but
no.
There was also There was also the fact that I felt something like insects were crawling inside my suit, which, if you recall, I also thought on the day that we first got there. I think that they might have some sort of telepathic, or maybe they can read what we're thinking when we're in close proximity.
Did they use another word besides watchers? I think they mentioned something else.
The eye. Something about an eye.
Are we marked?
I mean, we've all been touched by this evil, so that I would say we were.
There are
the sound of that.
Greater things in heaven and earth than are dropped of in our philosophy.
Mortimer, were you going to have a look at the book at all?
Yes.
Yeah, as the days go on and Ethan and Rory are making their trips, surveying some of the spaces that you visited, and the others are following their lines of inquiry. Dr. Melanie's bot farms work, but after a short time, the actual online listing for Beacon and House it surprisingly disappears, or maybe shows up closed and then just disappears entirely from things. Mortimer Bosch, going through the books, you find sure enough that the book is the Queen and the Egg Sack. What
language was it written in?
It is a combination of Latin but however, most of its pages are actually covered in complex chemical formulas and diagrams. You can see little pieces here and there that you can understand from between ruined pages. You're gonna go through your process of having to rebind the book and put it back together. But it seems to detail some of the process for farming and harvesting in a corrupted egg sac from within a resurrection mound without harm. And as you study it, I'm afraid I am going to have you take 2 stress just from the process of reading it. The science in it is pseudoscience at best. There's parts that make sense. There's parts that don't adhere to logic at all.
Right.
But the most troubling aspect of it is just inside the destroyed front cover that you're replacing as you're rebinding the book and putting it, is that you find an interior kind of cover page that looks like this.
Oh, hello.
Oh, wow.
The Queen and the Egg Sack with a fly, Ex Libris from, wait, am I seeing that in the book?
Yes. That is a book plate from us.
From the library of St. Cyprian Library. 16 room McTavish. It's from our library.
They stole a book from us.
But
We've been infiltrated.
I'll immediately go and check the catalogs and see if I can find any reference to this book in our library. Obviously, it's got our label in it.
Yeah, as you start checking, I am going to have you roll an intellect task for me.
Okay.
It's going to be a challenge level 4, I think. And if you want to, right now with your current stress, it'll be, I think you have stress level 1 right now.
No, I have stress level 4.
4?
4 points
or you
of
have,
stress?
you have 4 points of stress, sorry. 4 points of stress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that'll equate to 1 level of stress. So it's every three stress becomes 1 level of stress. So
I have 1 level of stress plus 1.
Exactly.
Okay.
And by the end of this, we'll clear it all anyway. But so for the moment, that's going to bump you up to level 5.
I can use my intellect edge to bring it back down to 4.
Yep, and you can use your library skills to bring it down even further because you're specialized in library.
I'm specialized. Yeah, I'm specialized in Latin too.
Okay, together pull another 2 off for that. So you got it from 5 back to 4 and 4 down to 2. So you're looking at a 6 or up.
All right. And I got an 11.
An 11. You get the sense that your overall catalog has been tampered with at some point, but not recently. Sometime long ago, is that there are portions of the catalog that seem to be missing a certain range of numbers.
Yeah, because don't when you usually catalog a book with an ex libris stamp, don't you usually put numbers in it to indicate what number it is in the catalog? That doesn't have a number on it.
Yeah.
Not everything was perfectly well cataloged. This isn't the Dewey Decimal System. This predates the Dewey
but you'd
Decimal.
Be like book 112 or something, or a date. Like that's...
It just, in my head, the reason why my stress level goes up so much is I realize we're going to have to do a complete inventory of the entire library. We're going to have to go through all of the catalogs and see if anything else is missing. I'm going to have to get at least 3 or 4 students working on that.
Yep.
And it's probably going to take a year.
Grad students are for, though. I'll get you a couple.
Yeah.
We'll pull together.
And it extremely distresses me that something's missing.
If it comes to that, I can see if I can get maybe a couple of interns myself. I need research assistants anyway.
Mortimer, it's a good excuse to digitize a bunch of this stuff. Let's just take advantage of it.
That's a whole nother project, yeah.
We're going to move ahead a few days later to a point where maybe Mortimer's been reading a little bit later, looking into things. And it's nighttime. You've read a little bit late and you're just about to leave the library and call it a day when you're locking up behind you and leaving. And you can see a figure waiting for you outside.
I am extremely nervous all the time at this point. So because of that stress, hello? I'm reaching for my car keys and holding them in my hand in case I have to punch somebody. Hello?
The person walking towards you is wearing what looks like a hospital gown, strangely enough. It's an older man. And as he steps into just the light of the street lamp, you recognize the features of Dr. William Besner. As he steps towards you and finally stopping before you, looks at you and says, "You must stop the extinguished sun."
Dr. Besner, you're dead.
And
who is the extinguished sun?
And he looks down at his body and you can see the scalpel markings in his chest where the gowns come open and he's basically naked underneath it, more or less. And he looks back at you and says, "So it appears I am," and crumples to the ground in front of you.
dear God.
And that's where we'll end the Resurrection Mound.
Holy crap.
Oh.
Okay. So,
and you know what? I'm so shocked that I completely forgot what he just said.
You must stop the extinguished sun.
Extinguished sun.
Which is going to make Melanie twitch real bad when she used that.
So everyone can take 2 experience for all the research and things they figured out about it. It's You may not have a complete picture yet, but you figured out that there was an entity behind this or some kind of malevolent force that you linked to the corruption. And take another 2 XP for helping Thom Jong back to his hopefully now eternal rest, and the Jung family get past it. So with 4 experience plus anything else you've held on to through it, you may be able to buy 1 or more advancements. I think for sure we can accord Mortimer an extra 2 XP for working on the library and cataloging and putting the book together. Going through others, looking at your personal arcs for the other 4, is there anything that connects as far as your own personal arc or journey that you can link to this or connect, or even if you want to add on that over the next week that you're looking into or following up on in your own time? Well,
I mean, I've basically been having a whole bunch of PTSD flashbacks with all this fire. To the point that I now have a dream journal sitting next to my bed that it's mostly just me recording what I've been dreaming about. It's one of the things that it kind of helps with the nightmares. But on one page, I do have what looks like a very rough sketch of what looks like it could have been. I'm not sure what it is, but it's something from my memory from the last night of the Lightless Flame.
Yeah.
And it's something I kind of remember seeing, like, in the main area where it was all happening. I remember seeing, as I'm looking back at my like memories, dreams, whatever, it looks like there's some sort of design circle, something, but I don't know what.
Yeah, it's
on the ground.
Yeah. Do you remember how they chose their victims, their sacrifices? They took the ones with the most promise, with the most things to look forward to, those who were at the height of their life and had everything in front of them. Recent newlyweds, people who just won the lottery, anyone families who just had something to celebrate. Anyone who was at their best was a prime candidate for the Lightless Flame.
Right. So, right, but I guess okay. Yeah, that definitely makes me go, yeah, but that doesn't explain why that night everyone lit themselves on fire. Nobody was at their best at that point.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of tapping at a page on the journal, staring at that sketch of whatever was on the floor there. It was a marking of some kind, but I can't see it.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. Let's add 2 experience on to Dr. Melanie as she peruses her past. Ethan, you look like you're deep in thought.
Yeah. I'm actually going to say that he doesn't really do anything further along his character arc. His character arc, we changed it to uncover a secret to try to figure out what the last cult he was in with. But I think for at least, probably a week or so after this whole ordeal, he just kind of doesn't want to or doesn't, do anything further
chooses
with
not
that.
To engage. Yeah.
To, like, purposely chooses not to do anything.
Yeah. Every so often you're trying to sleep at night when you hear the yelling and arguing in the apartment next door to you, and eventually it always tapers off and fades. But you walk around occasionally, every so often you wake up in the night and look, and one of your books is kind of open and face down on the couch, and you try to remember if you took the time to read it or how it got there, and it doesn't quite make sense. But the days go by in a blur, and you find yourself busy with all your tasks at St. Cyprian and just keeping up with life, but nothing more has shown itself to you yet.
Okay.
Sebastian or Rory?
I didn't actually have quite a project decided yet, but I think I've got one now. I'm going to probably. I've got my curiosity up about what exactly this Watcher and Eye thing is. Like, this hasn't come up before, so I'm going to try to find if there's any folklore or myths or stories about groups of people that just collect or observe supernatural events and try to tease through it and see how it ties to us. And how we were marked, because we're just people, right? They shouldn't just be able to look at us and know unless there's something going on, right?
Yeah. And
Quick question.
Go ahead.
The Ex Libris in the book, is that our normal
that eyeball
logo, or is it old?
It is old. It is these days. You guys probably have a much more business-like one that you've been putting into newer acquisitions, but it is old. You'd guess that it might be as old as 20, 30 years ago.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was just going to say it's an eyeball.
Yeah, there's an eyeball there, and a little owl. Yeah, so it's something to start with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you start looking into those. So yeah, definitely take 2 XP for that. And Rory.
So Rory probably spends the week, he's concerned with Professor Bosch mentioning books being taken. Just because the plate on the book is old I don't know when it was taken, just because it's an older book. He seems to be getting an idea that some things are missing. So I want to kind of looking at security, making sure that we know everyone who's coming in and out, making sure we know everyone who does and is allowed to come in and out, that we check them. I'm also setting up a lot of search protocols and things that can alert us if we get anything about Beacon and Howe or similar things, things that sound similar to that, anything that pops up anywhere, so we're alert to it and can react. But I'm also taking a little time, because now he doesn't feel as crazy as he used to about was I making it all up about the vampires and everything. I now believe that these things are indeed real, and what I saw was true after what I've witnessed. So I'm kind of going through the archives and taking a look at anything related to vampires that I can find, more than I ever have before. Just trying to see what I can find. And maybe setting up the protocols to search, like I am for Beacon and Howe, for things that might relate to Mother Superior or something similar.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I think I can give you another 2 XP for that as you're looking, and you do find accounts. None of them are quite as conclusive as you'd like, but there are things that can't be explained, and you see many stories of these creatures that it's not as pop culture would have you believe that they do in some cases appear in light. The one frequent reoccurring thing is they never really seem to be seen or observed talking to people. But yet people seem to share their experiences of getting some type of psychic impression from them or psychic beckoning from them at times. But yeah, you continue your researches.
And finally, I think he's gonna pick up his cell phone, and he got Michael McGowan's contact information, his friend that he ran into for me. He's gonna give him a call and ask him if he wants to go out for a pint.
Hi, Rory, I'd be glad to.
Yeah, it'd be nice to catch up. I'd love to hear what you've been up to.
Very well then. And they arrange the dates and the time and make it happen. I feel bad now that I'm denying Ethan 2 XP here. Is there anything, Tyler, that
No, the reason I didn't is because I already have 8 XP. So
you got 2 already. Okay, sounds good.
So I'm good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the extra XP that you gave me got me to 9, so I am good for now.
Oh, yeah, I'm at 10.
I'm at 9 too.
I'm at 10.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so we're
All
down
those
to
rolls.
down to the clerical on the character sheet, so you guys can see under improvements. I'm going to bring up one of your sheets here just to look at it, so I know what the heck I'm talking about myself here.
Could you bring it up onto the screen so that we can?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
Ethan, I have yours handy. Do you mind if I share that?
No, go ahead.
Yours is an easy one to.
Excuse me.
So yeah, let me share again here. Share preview Ethan Caldwell. Share. Okay, so can you see my mouse pointer here too?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we are looking down here at this line here for advancement. For you guys using the booklet, it might appear on one of the other pages. So each to click a box there basically costs 4 XP. And once you click 4 out of the 5 boxes, then you advance an entire tier and unlock major new abilities and stuff. But I think everyone is probably going to be able to unlock 2 boxes today with everyone between kind of 8 and 10 XP. So let's look over them each one at a time here. The first one on the list is increased capabilities. So that gives you an extra 4 points to spread between your max pools, between your different stats of might, speed, and intellect. Sorry, I just realized throughout the game I referred to it as strength at some point. But yeah, might, speed, and intellect. With increased capabilities, you're going to have 4. You can put 3 into might, 1 into intellect, however you want to spread them out. It's going to increase your maximums. Next is move towards perfection. That's going to add to your edge. That's the discount you get for using that pool. So you're going to choose one of those attributes that you're going to get an extra 1. That can be one that you already have 1 in, bringing it up to 2, or it can be one that you're currently at 0 and go up to 1. That's frequently in games I've played of this before. That's frequently a popular choice for the first round for sure. Extra effort gives you the opportunity to bump your effort up here, just above the attributes. That's a powerful one. Once you bump effort up to 2, that means you can use your attributes for another level of easing. So you can spend to lower a level with your intellect and then do it again essentially for a lesser cost. And I can go over how all that works. It is kind of a diminishing cost, but it plays off against your edge still, but still can give you even more leverage in making things easier. The next one is skill training. That is to add a skill. That one can't. The only catch there is it can't be a attacking or defending skill, but anything else. So it could be a skill, be it Dr. Melanie takes up computers or hacking or something like that, adds that. Or in this case for Ethan, could be looking at his persuasion and taking it from trained to specialized. So you can either add, or for that matter, inability to nothing at all. So if there's something that you have a weakness in, that you could, in this case, unfortunately can't do that for intellect defense or heavy weapons, but other if you have an inability in persuasion, you could cancel it out. The last one is other options. I think for the time being we'll skip that one. It comes into play a little bit better at higher levels, but for now those first 4 are probably the ideal ones to choose from.
So how much do each of them cost?
Is 4 XP each.
Okay, so yeah, most of us can get 2 of them.
Yeah,
right.
Save a little XP for next time.
And can you choose the same one twice?
No, that is the catch, that they spread you out. But what's going to happen is once you get 4 of them, you're going to go at the top up to tier and go up to tier 2. And that is going to uncheck all the boxes. And then you'll start spending XP on them again and up your various different attributes and things before getting a new tier. And each time you get a new tier, it'll give you access to more abilities.
Well, that's awesome. Okay,
So-
let's see.
I think I just confused myself on the difference between edge and effort. Effort,
Yes.
effort means with an effort of 1, which I have now.
Yeah.
It didn't really do anything, did it?
It could lower a task by 1 level. So if something was a level 4 task you were trying to roll a 12 for, if you spent your points on, you could drop it down to a level 3 task. Now you only need to roll a 9 or up on.
But I could do that any time. I could have done that. or no?
You are doing that by spending points from your attributes, and your edge would come into play as a discount on that spending.
Okay, that makes sense. But because of the effort, I can only spend my edge to lower it down once. But if I had extra effort, I could do it twice. I could spend,
exactly. You could spend more.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to remember how that worked.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. By the time you get to like 3 or 4 effort, that you can move a lot of tasks way down the list, and at that point you could start to handle like level 6 tasks, level 7 tasks. Level 7 tasks would normally come to 21 or higher to roll. It's impossible to roll, but if you can bump it down to a level 5 or a level 4 task, okay, suddenly it's possible.
But you're burning through your pool like crazy when you do it.
Yes, that is.
Okay, I have a quick question.
Yeah, you bet.
So I've already decided what one of them's going to be. I'm going to take skill training to specialize in psychology because it just makes sense for my character.
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, great pick.
And then also, okay, so I'm also taking move toward perfection, but I'm trying to remember what exactly does edge do
so
again?
Edge is your discount. That's when I say, okay, to spend an effort, level of effort on speed to reduce your speed task, you'd normally spend 3 from it, but if you had edge, you'd only spend 2. So 1 point of edge, it's like a permanent discount against each time
because all right, so because a couple of times when I was spending speed XP, I was spending too much.
Yeah, I had a feeling, okay, because right now you do have edge of 1 in speed, right? So you were spending 3 at a time when you should have been spending 2 at a time.
Yeah, okay, because that's, oh, right. Thank you for that.
No worries.
All right, so in that case,
I'm still sharing screen at the moment, but we can...
okay, well,
is it help to still have up?
No, you can take it down.
Yeah, you take it down.
I'm just looking at my character sheet.
In that case, I think...
So,
I'll
bump up my intellect edge to 2.
Yeah, that gives you a lot of room to work with. If you have a lot of special abilities that use intellect, that's a great choice as well, because it's gonna make it so some of them are probably free, and in general that'll come in handy.
Yeah, missing detail, spends 2 intellect points to use.
Now it'll be free.
Woo!
Yeah. That's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So I'm going to also increase my edge on intellect.
Oh, nice. Yeah, up to 2 as well.
And I'm going to increase my research to specialized.
Nice. That's a great fit. Yes, sounds good. I gotta start spending some time building up stuff for you guys to research and get answers. Oh, go ahead.
I've got 1 level of stress. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, and then in my case, like, psychologically peel people apart.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Thom, that's fantastic.
I've got 1 level of stress.
Yeah, and that's something that we can probably mitigate. I'm gonna let you guys know how much time passes till next session. It'll be your choice as to determine how much stress you're able to ease on your own, sort of in that time.
Okay, so I could ease it. If I'm easing 3 points of stress, then I get rid of it. However, is that stress from supernatural sources?
Oh, yes. Right.
Yes. Some of yours certainly was. So I think you can move at least
1 point.
Yeah, move at least 1 point there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mine was all from basically personal trauma.
Yeah.
So I don't think
so yours won't.
Okay.
We'll have a chance to build that up, but yeah.
Need to
redo
my whole thing from scratch so that it's not all covered in pencil marks.
Yeah, I'm currently I have to use a pen. My sheet is a mess.
Yeah.
Awesome. How about Ethan or Sebastian or Rory?
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think I'm just going to do, I'm going to move forward towards, I know might is my big skill, but I think I'm just going to increase my edge and speed because I use that a lot during this. So I feel that actually trained and everything. Yeah. And now I'm debating, do I want an extra level of effort for things, or do I want skill training in something like computers, or get rid of I'm trying to decide if I want to get rid of my hindrance, my inability in stealth, because we're always kind of a jumping up, but I didn't really do anything stealthy. So I'm thinking this time I am going to just put the extra effort in and not trained on any of my skills. So go up to effort 2.
Effort
level 2.
Effort 2 for which attribute?
Effort
2. Sorry, yeah, now
so
I'm getting
so now
up.
I can spend twice now on my pool.
Perfect.
And then I'll just have my my edge in speed go up to 2 from 1.
Nice. Oof, yeah, those 2 together are going to be powerful. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ethan, I'm going to increase my effort to 2, and then I spent a lot in speed this game, and I have a 0 edge, so I'm going to increase that to 1.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, those are popular picks for sure. Go ahead, Seb.
Yeah, extra effort because I like being able to push myself harder,
Nice.
and I'm going to take a skill train in stealth because I might as well be a sneaky guy, I think.
Yes, yeah, that definitely plays into what you've done. That's awesome, you guys. So that puts you guys halfway to the second tier, and we can cover that in the next statement. I don't know if it will go as long as this one, but I will likewise be giving some opportunities to advance various meta plots and other things going on again. So anytime, if you guys ever have an idea for a plot line or something that you'd like to see injected into it, let me know, and I can see where I can start adding that to what I'm planning. After the next one, that will reveal the title to shortly, I'm wondering if you guys are interested in doing the group one, where we design a statement and a thing together, or do you think you'd want to leave that off one more yet? Wait.
That sounds kind of...
Maybe we're not sure yet. Maybe we'll...
Okay, let's keep going forward. Yeah.
Let's see how the art one goes and then figure it out from there.
Sounds good. Okay, yeah, well, let's call it there tonight.
All right, let me go ahead and finish up. Our players included Joe Bardalis, Chin Obertaz, Tyler Hudak, Troy Lehman, and myself, with Mike McKen as the game master. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the horrors locked in the Magnus Archives. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.